All right, Shalom. With the ISUPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Excuse me for the lateness. Salakia. Had some technical issues. And since 1969, we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that according to the Bible, we are the real Jews. You know what I mean? If you can hear me, give me a one or a con. If the mic's good, give me a one or a con. I believe Facebook's down. I believe WhatsApp's down. So to bear with us. I was fighting with that for a long time until I had to give up on that. You know what I mean? Salakia for the holdback. Yeah, just give me a minute. Make sure everyone's in the class. Any questions? Make sure you type them in the chat. We have classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we have a podcast also on Friday. Monday classes today, 7 p.m. till 9 at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. We got class on Tuesday also, which is online. That's for London by Officer Shamgar. And that's also online. You watch it on Facebook, YouTube, and the whole nine. Shalom. Madman Yamyan, WhatsApp is down. So I sent you the link through text message. Let me know if you got that, if you still want to jump in. So yeah, also Wednesday, 394 Large Road, B18 5PW. Got classes as well. That's the law class. Thursday, scripture breakdown class, which is mandatory for all officers. That's 394 Large Road, B18 5PW. Come to that as well. And then Friday, which is on the ends, which is not a class, but it's a little podcast we have. You can watch that at 9 o'clock all the way to 11. Also camps in London, Brixton High Street on a Saturday, and also in Birmingham High Street as well. You can also watch that as well, man. Which is every other Saturday as well. Starts about 12 o'clock to about 5. Make sure you come to that, support, like, share, subscribe, all our channels, our Facebook channels, YouTube channels, Periscope, Insta, the whole nine, man. Enough things happening, man. Just make sure you like that, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's one moment. Shalom, so you how about Shakta? Yeah, I'm there still. What's up? Okay, WhatsApp's down, in it? All right, no sweat, no sweat, no sweat. All right, cool. See you in a bit. Catch you on, close. All right, so lucky about that. Yeah, so as it is, Facebook's down, WhatsApp's down. So we're gonna keep rocking as usual, man. You know what I mean? The job goes on, keep doing our thing. We're gonna get into it. So what it is, every October in the UK, you got something called Black History Month. Now, Black History Month is a month that the oppressor gives black people to feel good about themselves. So what happens is on Black History Month, they go through all the prominent black people in Black History Month, like people like Trevor McDonald, who was the first, black man to tell the news or the most famous. They'll get people like Frank Bruno, Nigel Benn, Lennox Lewis, all these brothers that are famous for boxing in the UK. We get famous black singers, and they'll play shows on the TV about when black people came to the UK and they fought against racism and oppression and all them type of things. That's what they like to do, and black people look at that as wow. That's so empowering, man. We've come a long way. We've come a long way. Times have changed since we used to rent a room for the price of a whole flat. And, yeah. That's all they give us is 1 month, man. When according to the Bible, this Bible is Black History, man. This Bible ain't a month for history. It's not a month where you feel proud of yourself. This Bible is true history. On Black History Month, the only part of the show about black people is the Windrush, man. The only part of the show is slavery. The only part of the show is, the prominent black men, the TV hosts and the movie hosts and the boxers, man. I'm gonna tell you something, black men, we are greater than boxers, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being a boxer, but guess what, black man? We are greater than our history is greater than just being boxers. It's greater than just being news hosts, man. It's much greater than just being people that came to England and worked hard, man. And people that built the underground, people that built the NHS, man. Our history is greater than that, much greater than that, man. And we're gonna read that in the Bible, man. Do you know in the Bible was a black man that made the blind see, man? In the Bible was a black man that walked on water, man. There was a black man that made people jump out of their wheelchair, man, and made the lame walk again. This is our real famous history. No, I'm not knocking Lennox Lewis. I'm not knocking Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank and Trevor McDonald and what's that black woman that tells the news, man? Moira something. I'm not knocking them, man. They're just doing their job. But our history is greater than that, man. Our history consists of prophets and priests, man, and princesses and great women, man. Great women that love their husbands, love their nations, would die for their nations, cook for the nations, clean for the nation, do the whole nine, man. Men that would die for the nation, fight for the nation, give their last piece of bread for the nation. You know what I mean? That's 1 second. That's what our nation consists of, man. Not just boxers. And in 2021, they want to make it like the only thing black people is good for is building stuff, man. The only thing black people is good for is fighting in a boxing ring. The only thing we're good for, is creating lovers rock and creating garage, man. And nothing wrong with that. Listen, we love them types of music there, man. But black man, our history is greater than that, man. So I'm gonna put the history of Black History Month real quick, and then we're gonna go into it. So Shalom to Kamala, Rakal, Free Thinker Summit, Hadassah, Madban, Yamyan. You know what I mean? 1 second. Also, in the UK, you gotta share Black History Month with Halloween, man. You don't even get a whole month to yourself. You don't get a whole month to yourself, man. Listen, while you're preparing for Black History Month and all happy, the rest of the country don't even acknowledge you. They're too busy preparing for Halloween, man. They're too busy. When you go to Sainsbury's and Tesco, there's not Black History posters plastered everywhere, but there's pumpkins plastered everywhere, man. There's witches plastered everywhere and witch sticks and all types of potions, and Cadbury's will make chocolate and they'll make it green to commemorate Halloween. You know what I mean? No one thinks about us, man. We couldn't get a full month to ourselves. And what it is, when you're a black man and you live in like Birmingham or London, you know what I mean? You think, well, we are acknowledged on October because that's what you see. You might see a black poster somewhere, man. But England is bigger than just Birmingham and London, man. You go to some of these cities where there's hardly any black people, and they don't even know it's Black History Month. They don't know Black History Month even exists. You go to Bath, man. You go to Stratford upon Avon, man, and they don't even know it's Black History Month. So while we're walking around feeling puffed up, thinking, yeah, man, we come a long way. We got a whole month for ourselves. You don't, man. You don't. You know what has a whole month for itself? Halloween. Halloween is known all over England. Our celebration ain't. To feel proud that you're a black man, it's not known, man. You go to any city other than the big ones, other than Manchester and Leeds and so forth. A lot of these cities don't even know it's Black History Month. Say Halloween gets your glory, man. Your glory is stolen from you. They give you 1 month for 31 days, man. And even that ain't enough. And even that month that ain't enough, that gets stolen from you for Halloween, man. BBC might play 2 programs. They might play 1 or 2 programs about black people, man. They might play 1 or 2 programs about the Windrush, man. But guess what? All the other channels are going to be playing Friday the 13th. Going to be playing Halloween. When you go on Google, every time you go on Google, Google has some sort of design. So, for instance, if it's December and you go on Google, most likely they have Christmas lights. If it's February and you go on Google, most likely they have say Google, but written in some Valentine's Day stuff or a love heart or something. And when you go on Google in October, guess what you see? Halloween designs, man. No one don't care about Black History Month. No one ain't concerned about the struggles black people went through. It's supposed to be a month about black people struggle, man, and it ain't, man. No one cares about it, man. Let me see if we can find the history of this thing real quick, man. And it reads, Black History Month is an annual observance originating in the United States. So Black History Month really started in America, man. It really started in America. It got big, and then in the UK, they thought, you know what? Let's do the same thing as well. It's an annual observance, meaning a yearly thing that people observe, a yearly thing that people look on. In the UK, it's in October. In America, I believe it's in February, which is the shortest month of the year, man. February is the shortest month of the year. It consists of 28 days, man. On a leap year, you get 29. Even it don't matter how you flip it, it's the shortest day. It's the shortest month of the year. Whether a leap year or just a regular year, man. And that's what they give black people. Imagine that they rob us blind and treat us bad and then throw us a cookie, man. Throw us a bone and say, be happy about that. Say, well, listen, we give you Black History Month. What are you moaning about, man? We give you Black History Month. Let me tell you something, black man. The ISUPK, you ain't got to feel proud about 1 month, man. We teach real black history. Black man, you can feel proud every day, man. You ain't got to look at Lennox Lewis and say, wow, that's a black man that became a boxer. Because we'll teach you about man like Samson, man, that you can be proud of. We'll teach you about man like Yahushua, man, that you can be proud of. We can teach about women like Jude, man, that you can be proud of. Women like Ruth, man, that you can be proud of. Real woman of God, man, that you can be proud of. Not a few boxers, man. If you think them boxers are glorious, then what we'll teach you in the UPK, what you can become in the UPK, you will know that you're glorious, man. If you think a boxer and a singer is glorious, then you come to these classes, man. We will show you what it really means to be glorious, man. We will show you that you can become a prophet. You can become a woman of a prophet, man. You can learn to love your people. You can be the reason why black people are not on the bottom of society no more, man. You can be a reason why black people have our own kingdom, man. That's real glory. That's real glory. If you think being a boxer is good, being a singer is good, being an actor is good, because that's what they push on Black History Month, man. They push actors like, what's his name, Richard Blackwood, man, Naomi Campbell. What about the regular black men? The regular working black men that help build, man. You know what I mean? Black man, let me tell you something. The UPK, we teach Black History Month all year round, man. That's what we do. This Bible is Black history. We teach nothing but Black history. Black History Month was made to make black people feel proud. We make black people feel proud all the time, man. We make you feel proud all the time. Every time a black man puts down weed and drugs and coke and crack and sin and says the Lord, that's how, listen, look at the mission of a Kuna, man. That is real black history, man. That should be taught. That should be taught to black people, man. If that was taught to black people, guess what? Black people will learn to love each other, man. We would learn to love ourselves, man. Love our nation, man. That should be taught. But instead, they teach us about boxers, man. Teach us about actors, man. Teach us about the small things. And we can become a nation of people, not a few individuals, a nation of people that love and care for each other, man. That's what we can become. Where it is also known as African American History Month, it has received official recognition from governments in the United States and Canada. So the United States and Canada, they also have a Black History Month as well. So not just America and Canada also. And more recently has observed in Ireland and United Kingdom. So just recent, this thing's recent, man. They make it like, you know, we've always appreciated black people. We've always loved black people. Slavery was so long ago and we've changed since then. Slavery was way, 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 way far back, man. We've changed since then, man. But only recently you give black people 1 month, man. You ain't giving us much. You gave us a month to share with Halloween. And even that little month you gave us to share with Halloween, you only gave us it recently. Just recently. And you make out like you've changed and that was ages ago and we would never do such thing. Slavery is disgusting and treating black people so disgusting and we're not like that no more, man. But it took you long enough to give us a month, man. Since you're not racist and, you know, racism is so disgusting and we love black people, we're going to give them what's owed to them. It took you long enough, man. It took you so long just to give us a month to say, here you go, black man. Share this month with Halloween. You're going to find out, black man, this man ain't for your cause, man. This oppressor ain't for your cause, man. The oppressor plays mind games and tricks, man. He's the devil the Bible speaks of, and the word devil means deceiver. He deceives us by giving us a month to make us feel happy, to make us feel proud. Meanwhile, he kills our kids, man. Listen, let me tell you something. There was such thing called Black History. Black people was observing Black History Month when Mark Duggan was dead, man. When Mark Duggan died, when Mark Duggan was killed, man. It didn't stop the policeman from saying, you know what, leave him alone, man. They give us a month, meanwhile they're killing our children. And we think, oh, it's fine. They're giving us a month now. Because we got a month, they've changed. When the actions are showing you he ain't changed, man. He's giving you Black History Month, but has he really changed? We think he has changed because he's giving us Black History Month. But he has given us Black History Month, meanwhile deports old black women back to the Caribbean, man. Deports old black men back to the Caribbean. There's drugs still in our neighborhoods, man. Giving us Black History Month, but meanwhile, he brings over, 25,000 Afghans to the UK, man. But they won't bring you here, but you got Black History Month. Tell them keep Black History Month, man, and bring us over here, man. Keep Black History Month, but stop killing our young. Time to keep Black History Month, but stop killing our children, man. That's what we want. He's throwing us a bone. He's throwing us a cookie. And we think, wow, look at this bone he's giving us. Whoa. Can't be that bad. He loves us, man. See, I knew he changed, man. I knew, he would change sooner or later, man. He ain't changed, man. He's just throwing us a little ration. And we think, see, look at that, man. He's changed, man. Just like an animal. He treats us like animals, man. Like people have dogs outside in the rain, guarding the warehouse, treat them like garbage. And every so often you give a dog a treat, man. And that dog is happy for that treat, man. That dog's mouth's wide open, he's wagging his tail, tongues out of his mouth, panting. And he's happy to get that treat. And that's black people, man, in the UK. We've been treated like dogs in the UK, man. And guess what? What's owed to us is all of the UK. What's owed to us is all the riches that the UK has, man. But instead, we just want a treat. We just want Black History Month. And that will suffice us. That will make us feel happy. We are owed everything, man. We are owed all the riches that England has. Everything that England has, we are owed that. We're just happy getting a month. We're just happy getting a job. Just give me a job, man, a decent job. And I'm cool with that, man. I won't fight. I won't argue. Just give me enough money to pay my rent and, pay my insurance and road tax. I'm good, man. We've become the animal. We've been beaten down so bad by this oppressor. We're just happy to get by, man. We think that being treated bad is being starved to death. And as long as you ain't starving me, oh, you're cool. Why? Because we got low self-esteem and we don't rate ourselves. We don't know our worth. So we think, well, I'm not starving, so that must be something. That's how low we are. We're worth more than that, man. A minimum wage job and a month that comes a month that you got to share with Halloween ain't good enough, man. But we're like, well, it's good enough. It's better than nothing. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man, we come a long way. But you know who's come a long way? Asian people, man. You got some more question? I have a question to anyone in the room. What is the little horn mentioned in Daniel? The little horn in Daniel is America. Daniel 7. The little horn is America. It's called the little horn because it's young. The Bible talks about the 7 horns, which were, European countries. The original Edomite countries, England. Talks about Spain, France, Germany. And then out of them 7 horns came a little horn, man. Came a younger horn. America is younger than all those 7 horns, man. If you even been to America, if you even go to America, listen, you would never see a castle in America, man. You can find castles in Spain. You can find castles in England. You can find castles in France. France got history that dates back to the 1600s, 1500s, 1400s. You can find about Prince Ferdinand. You can find out about, in England, you can find out about Prince Stuart. You know what I mean? Henry II. Henry did this, Henry did that. In America, you don't have that history. Why? Because it's a little horn, man. It's young, man. America don't go that. America, when the oppressor went to America, it happened in the 1600s. You don't have ancient history like that. America wasn't established as an Edomite nation no further back than the 1600s, man. It isn't that old. That's the little horn spoken of in Daniel that spoke great words against the Most High. In fact, let me get there real quick. Give me one moment. So this is Daniel getting a vision. Let me see where I'm at. So this is Daniel. Daniel had a vision about all the kingdoms of the earth. All the kingdoms that ruled in the earth from Babylon all the way down to today. He talks about Babylon and calls him the lion. He talks about the Medes and the Persians, called him the bear. Then he talked about the leopard, which is Greece, all the way to today, all the way to every kingdom that ever ruled. And guess what? That's how you know the Bible is accurate, because you can find all these kingdoms in the museum today, every last one of them. And they will let you know that first came the Babylonians, then came the Medes and the Persians, then came the Greeks. They will let you know the Bible is accurate, man. So it reads, after this, I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had iron teeth. And it's talking about the Romans, man. The Romans was known for iron. You know what I mean? Before that, people had what, steel shields, steel chest plates, and so forth, man. The Romans come with the iron, man. Read about the Iron Age, man. It's the time of the Romans, man. The chariots made out of iron. You know what I mean? Before that, they didn't see nothing like it, man. Arrows would bounce off these chariots made out of iron. And Daniel seen a vision. A vision is not verbatim. It talks about a vision is something that like a parable. It's talking about one thing, but that thing represents something else. And in the Bible, nations are referred to as beasts. All the nations that are not Israelites, they're referred to as beasts. What is a beast? A beast is a four-legged animal, man. Like cats, lions, dogs, they're called beasts. We're the sheep of God, and all the other nations are referred to as a beast, man. Why? Because beasts eat sheep, and these other nations eat us alive, man. All these other nations have us in slavery. You do your history, Israelites have been in slavery under all nations, man. All other nations, every single nation use black people to make money. The Chinese go to Jamaica and make money off black people, man. The Russians go to Jamaica and make money off black people. They use our soil, man. They use something called bauxite. Come to our land, and bauxite got some minerals in there that makes mobile phones, and they come to our country and take that off us, man. And then give us pennies for it. The Arabs, the Pakistanis, the Koreans come to our neighborhoods, man, and own all the corner shops when they could go to their own and make money, man. Come to our shops and open up Chinese restaurants, open up Indian restaurants. They use black people, man. That's where the sheep that all nations use. All nations use us to make money, man. And it had great iron teeth, and devoured and break in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. So I said this animal was so bad, so dangerous, so destructive. It broke the residue, man. The residue is what's remaining. Like if you break something, what's left is the residue. And it said this beast was so bad it even broke the residue, man. And that was the Romans, man. The Romans killed anything moving. The Romans took over. In fact, the Romans came to England, man. Came to England, man, and killed the Anglo-Saxons, man. Was fighting against the Normans. You know what I mean? Read about the wall of Hadrian, Hadrian's wall, man, in York. Emperor Hadrian was a Roman, man. They went to all lands, man, Africa, all over the globe, was killing, man, and colonizing, just like the British. The British did the same things the Romans did, man. 400 years later, just like how the British had empires in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Australia, and the whole nine. Their brothers, the Romans, did it first, man. That's where they got it from. Yeah. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. And this beast had 10 horns, man. And it was different from all the other beasts. It was different from the Romans, man. Different from the Medes and the Persians, man. It was different from them. At least back then, if you went to slavery under the Medes and the Persians, you know who you was. One second. Yeah, back then, if you was a black man and you was a slave under the Romans, under the Medes and Persians or Egyptians or whatever the case may be, they let you know who you was, man. Look at Moses. Moses was a black man who was a slave under the Egyptians, and Moses knew who he was, man. But under these oppressors, when we was in slavery, did we know who he was? No, we never, man. That's how disgusting the oppressor was. Told us that we were African, changed our name, changed our surname, didn't tell us who he was, didn't tell us our history, man. That's because this beast is different from all the other beasts, man. He was more diabolical, man. He done things different from the others, man. 1 second. Verse 8. And I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them a little horn, before whom of the first horns were plucked by the root. So this kingdom had 10 horns, which is Roman Empire, man. And them 10 horns were the first European countries that Esau ruled, man. And 3 of them was plucked up to make 1 horn. And who was that 3? Them 3 horns was what? England, France, and Spain. Them horns there were plucked up to make what you call America, man. To make what you call America. Look at America, man. America's comprised of three different horns, man. If you go to the south of America, you got states like Louisiana, Baton Rouge. What are those? Those are French words, man. Why? Because the French had a part of America at one time, man. Then you go to certain parts of America, you got Jersey, Philadelphia. Why? Those are British words, man. Then you got San Bernardino and Los Angeles. What are those? Spanish, man. Those three countries are what made up America, man. Those three countries comprise of what you call America. Them three countries were plucked up to get what you call today America, man. The French took the Haitians. The French took the people from Guadeloupe, Martinique. You know what I mean? Who else? The British took all the Caribbean islands, man. Took the Judites to America. And the Spanish, forget about it, man. Spanish is the reason why Mexicans speak Spanish today, man. Why Puerto Ricans speak Spanish today, man. Why people in Venezuela and the whole nine speak Spanish today, man. And out of those three countries, those three horns, a little horn came through. A horn much younger, man. A horn much younger. America as a country hasn't been alive for more than 1,000 years, man. Probably 400 maximum. I consider the horns. So like, what was that? Yeah, the middle of verse 8. And behold, in this horn were eyes like a man, and a mouth speaking great things. And this horn had eyes like a man. What's the eyes of a man? If anyone online wants to give it a shot, man. What does it mean by here, the eyes of a man? To Zarp one, Matthew, Mad by Yaman. Let me know if you want to give it a shot, man. What does it mean to have eyes of a man? I'll tell you for time's sake. The eyes of a man means what? You want everything, man. You want everything. When the Bible talks about man's eyes, it refers to a man being lustful. You want everything. And this horn had the eyes of a man. This horn wants all the oil, all the resources, wants every country, wants to push his democracy everywhere. He goes to one country, you know what I mean, takes over, pushes his agenda. Then he wants that also. Then he wants that country. Then he goes to Australia. He wants that country. He wants all the gold. That's what it means by here, the eyes of a man. Oh, Salakia, it's up, correct, man. Lustful. You know what I mean? That means lustful, man. That's what it means to be the eyes of a man. America is a lustful country. They want everything, man. Imagine they went to Iraq to steal the opium and the poppy seeds, man, the oil, man. Had the nerve to complain and say, yo, we're coming to the Middle East because you, man, got weapons of mass destruction. Meanwhile, America got bombs themselves, man. You got missiles yourself. How are you going to tell a man he can't have missiles when you got one? How are you going to have a gun? And when we ask you why you got a gun, well, I need it to defend my family. But you can't have one, though. That was their excuse. Why? Because they got the eyes of a man. They're lustful, man. And the mouth speaking great things. And the mouth speaking great things, man. And when you go later on to the chapter, it describes that mouth as speaking great things as blasphemies, man. It describes it as blasphemy. That's the mouth that speaks great things, blasphemy. This country speaks great things, man. You read about it in Daniel 11, about here the mouth speaking great things against the Most High. And what's some of them great things, man? This horn got a mouth saying, I know God says it's wrong for men to marry man, but I'm going to make it legal for same-sex marriage. Now, I know God said it's wrong to murder, but I'm going to make it legal for a woman to abort her babies. Now, I know God said Halloween and witchcraft is wrong, but I'm going to make a holiday called Halloween. Now, I know God says this and God said that, but I'm going to go opposite to God, man. That is the mouth speaking great words, man. I know the Bible said God's a black man, but I'm saying God's a white man. Now, I know God said don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm going to make Christmas an annual holiday. Now, I know the Bible said God loves black people. I'm going to say God loves white people only. That's the great words he speaks against the Most High, man. Someone showed me when the Pope ever did that, man. Come on, show me that, man. The Pope ain't even important, man. No one even cares about the Pope. The Pope's about an old man that every so often they pass it down to someone else, man. This ain't the Pope, man. If you go to W.H. Smith, you can get some silly book, some silly commentary book, man, that some man wrote down, and he'll tell you, oh, this great horn is the Pope. No, it's not, man. Not according to the Bible, anyway. Not according to the Bible. You showed me where there was 10 popes, man, and 3 popes got plucked up. And listen, the whole thing about the Ostrogoths and all that, listen, you can read it anywhere, man. That's old. That's old. I wouldn't even call it history. It's old speculation and philosophy that you can find in W.H. Smith, the work. You go to the religious section or the Bible section, you pick up a book and they'll tell you it's the papacy, man. When the papacy ain't the one speaking great words against God, man. The papacy ain't the one going all over the globe pushing same-sex marriage, man. The papacy ain't going all over the globe stealing people's oil, man. The papacy ain't the one, going into Iraq and pushing homosexuality in a Muslim country, man. America is, man. America's doing that to this day. All you got to do is read the prophecies properly, man. And they will tell you it ain't the papacy. It's not a one, man. When the Bible says a man shall do, it's not talking about one physical man. That's how black people talk, man. Talk about a nation of people. You show me any nation more diabolical than the oppressor, man. Show me any nation that goes around pushing his agenda more than the oppressor, man. Pushing his homosexuality, man. Pushing his abortions, man. Pushing that kids can call the police on their parents, man. Everything that God stands for, this man is against, man. You show me where the Pope went into office and signed the legislation that if you beat your kids, you get locked up for it. You show me. I'll wait. You show me where the Pope, has pushed same-sex marriage. I'll wait. But America did. Under Barack Obama, America did. Pushed it all over the globe, man. Pushed it in the Netherlands, America, England, all over the globe, man. No Pope didn't do that, man. No Pope didn't do that. Pope's an old man swinging some Frank and Mare, man. Don't even talk English. Meanwhile, America going all over the globe, stealing people's oil, man. Pushing their philosophy. Pushing Christmas, man. Pushing Easter. Thanks to America now, you got Easter and Christmas in Muslim countries, man. Who's the one going around telling women, listen, you know what I mean? Who's the one going around telling women, listen, women, go wear these sexy clothing, man. Don't cover it yourself. Listen, it's your body, man. You go empower yourself, man. Women's rights, man. Listen, you got a good body. Flaunt it, man. Don't dress up like some mammy. Now go out there, man. Be a strong woman. The Pope ain't doing that, man. The Pope ain't doing that. Do you see the Pope with sexy women around him with low-cut tops? No, man. But America pushes that, man. All the men around the Pope are all old men that don't do nothing, man. America's the one pushing people like Little Nas X. They're the one pushing people like Little Nas X. While you're worried about the Pope. So okay, you're a black man at home, and you want your sons to be godly. Are you telling your sons not to watch the Pope? Are you telling your sons don't watch Little Nas X? Are you telling your daughters don't listen to the Pope? Is that the Pope? Turn him off. Turn the TV off. Or are you telling them don't watch Nicki Minaj? You tell me what's more diabolical, man. The vibration of America or the vibration of the Pope? Do you tell your children, listen, don't watch Halloween. Halloween's fake. Or do you tell them don't listen to the Pope? Who has more of an impact in the world? The Pope, what old man that don't speak about anything, man? When last the Pope gave an announcement on anything? Or are you scared about the vibration of America, man? Are you telling your kids, don't celebrate Christmas, man? When Jingle Bells comes on, you turn it off because you want them to follow the Bible. You ain't worried about the Pope. Come on, man. If you're not even from Rome, you don't even see the Pope, man. I can't remember the last time the Pope made a visit to England. I can't remember the last time the Pope even came on TV, even came on the news, man. But guess what, though? Halloween's on the TV right now, man. Halloween's all over the news. Christmas all over the news. The air is breathing out Sid, man. Sid is in the air. Why? Because of the oppressor, America, the white man. He's put it all out there in the air, man. That's the man you got to watch out for, not the Pope, man. Come on, stop being ridiculous, man. The Pope's just one, man. You know what I mean? So can't even speak English, man. He couldn't tell your kids to celebrate Christmas if he wanted to, man. Couldn't tell you to celebrate if he wanted to. America had been celebrating same-sex marriage before the Pope, man. The Pope followed America in same-sex marriage. No, the whole world don't do same-sex marriage because the Pope said so. They do it because Barack Obama said so, man. Under America, the whole world ain't following the Pope and trying to be little Nas. People follow Little Nas X. Why? Because it's from America, man. And the Hollywood and the music and the TV. People ain't following. People ain't doing it because the Pope is doing it. All these men snapping their necks and getting pink nail varnish and pretending they're pregnant because the Pope said so. Because America gave them the right to do so. All these toilets, these gender neutral toilets and gender neutral bathrooms, man. That ain't the Pope. That's the oppressor as a whole, man. Putting that on our people, man. You get me? But I don't know. Some people just believe the Pope. If that's the case, then you follow that doctrine, man. I can't help you. You know, I know who I'm looking out for. The Pope's some old man, you know what I mean? He doesn't even speak, he doesn't even make announcements, man. Type in the last time the Pope make an announcement, you know. But guess what? America makes announcements every single day, man. Every single day. Well, there's something called the space program, man. Where the American government, not the Pope, not the Jesuits, the American man are going out into space. It's called the Joe Biden's, but Joe Biden, oh, let me get it for you, man. I don't want to make it up. Joe Biden, is it space service? Is it Joe Biden or it was Donald Trump to like it? Donald Trump. Yep, it's called United States Space Force, man. Came into place what June 2018, man. Well, Donald Trump has got satellites and built satellites and tanks and so forth. What? To fight against Christ when he comes back from the sky, man. The Pope didn't do that. Come on, man. The Pope didn't do that, man. You know what I mean? The Pope. Come on up, man. It's ridiculous. Who you looking out for? The Pope? Who? Christ is not going to come back to fight the Pope. One man. Come back to fight the armies of America, man. The armies of the Edomites, man. He ain't come back to fight no old man. Some old man that burns Frank and Mo with a long dress on. You know, he has no. The only people that respect the Pope is what Catholics, man. And the world nowadays ain't even Catholic. No one cares. The Pope don't get no respect. The Pope ain't. Listen, the Pope ain't the reasons why. In the UK, even Muslims, man, don't want to be Muslim no more. Muslims in the UK that want to have fun and drink and party and become rap stars when all that is against the Quran, man. Even they got the mark of the beast, man. And guess why? Guess why they got that? Not because of the Pope. The influence comes from America, man, with the Hollywood and the music and the lust and the this and what they see on TV. All that don't come by the Pope, man. Come on, man. It's ridiculous, man. You know, it's ridiculous. If you come to the UPK, you actually learn something, man. They're reading these commentary, man. What you're teaching, you can get on YouTube. You can get on go on Google. I know you watched a couple Google videos and YouTube videos, and you went to W.H. Smith and got the breakdown of who was the horns in Daniel, and that's what the oppressor came up with. That's what they come up with. You know, just like you can go on Google and YouTube and they'll tell you who the Antichrist is. Someone says Hitler, someone says this, and they got all these references that are, listen, you won't learn prophecy till you come to the ISUPK, man. The Lord said he gave his secrets unto Jacob, and you're reading these books of someone who ain't Jacob, man. What you're teaching, listen, we've seen since the 60s, all this conspiracy, man. The Lord gave his word to Jacob, man. In fact, I'm gonna get that for you real quick, man. I'm gonna get that for you real quick. I'm gonna leave it as this. When you're to the battle sin, you're not fighting against the Vatican, man. You're fighting against America. You know what I mean? The Pope ain't pushing little Nas X, man. These record companies and Sony, all paid by America, they're doing it, man. You know what I mean? The Pope ain't going around stealing oil, man. Trying to rob people. Or the Pope ain't the one going around there trying to get people's poppy seeds and opium, man. That's all I gotta say, man. But anyway, Psalms 147. Psalms 147. This is the Lord's given to you, man. You know what I mean? For all the brothers that want to read them commentaries, man. It reads, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. You hear that? The Lord shows his statutes and his judgments unto Jacob, man. You know what I mean? Also, the Bible, it says what? The Lord shows his secrets unto Israel, man. I'm paraphrasing. We're the ones that got these secrets, man. How is a black man gonna go to these bookstores, man, and what reading about the Ostrogoths and you know, these Roman empires that were plucked up and the Vatican and look, man, the Vatican. Black people watch too much movies, man. Only in the movies does the bad guy look like a guy, like all old in a long gown and all black in a dark room, man. Only in the movies does that happen, man. In the Bible, our enemy is the one that, as the Bible says, he appears as a lamb, but it's like a dragon, man. That's the bad guy right there. The guy that says all men are created equal. Meanwhile, he tells men to be homosexuals, man. The one that comes with a suit and tie and shakes your hand, man. Meanwhile, drops bombs at men, women, and children, man. You watch too much movies, man. Only in the movies is the bad guy looking like Darth Vader, man. Only in the movies does the bad guy look like some wizard, look like the Pope, man. That's the problem. Watch too much movies and read too many of them books and stuff, man. And, you read them movies about the Pope and there's a ghost in him and the Nephilims and the Blue Buds and all them things there, man. I pray you come in the UPK and learn properly. But anyway, back to where I was. So again, back to Black History Month. So it reads, it began as a way of remembering important people and events in history of the African diaspora. You hear that? So in Black History Month, all they want to do is remember the important people, man. The famous people, man. But guess what? All black people worked hard, man. All black people whipped and beaten to make England great, man. In the Bible, we commemorate all black people, man. All black people can come in the UPK, man. All black people great, man. In the UPK, you can come in the street and be a celebrity, man. You can be a woman and cook in these holidays, make clothes, sew, become a wife of one of these prophets, man. You can be a drug addict, man. Clean your life up and come in the UPK and become a man of God, man. That's what Christ died for. Christ will go out there in the highways and byways and edges, and as many as you find, compel them, man. Christ came to make all black people famous, to make all black people somebody. But Black History Month want to commemorate the famous ones. Just the boxers like Lennox Lewis. Just the boxers like Nigel Benn. Just not Naomi Campbell because she's pretty. And she got a good figure and she can work the runway. Just people like that, man. When Jesus Christ said, many as you find. In fact, let me get there real quick, man. Luke 14:23. Luke 14:23. And the Lord said unto his servant, so this is Christ giving a parable about a servant that went out there to invite people to a wedding. That parable is symbolic of the prophets of God inviting black people to come to the truth. That's the parable. A parable is something that says one thing but means something else. And in this parable, the prophets of God went out there and bid brothers that were supposed to come to the brothers that was invited, bid them to come to the wedding. So who are the people that was invited? Your pastors, your leaders, the famous people. These are the people that was invited, that was meant to be at the wedding. And every last one of them said, nah, I don't want to go. Just like today, we invite all black people to the wedding, even famous ones. And what the famous ones say, nah, I'm good. I'm good making money. I'm good being a celebrity. I'm good working for the white man. I'm good. Why would I put down all this, man? Why would I put down all this? I'm living good over here, man. That's what these brothers said. So Christ got angry and said, you know what? Go out there again. And this time go to the poor, the main, the brothers in the hood, in the ends, in the ghettos, the brothers that are on drugs. Go to them brothers, man. That's what we do at the UPK to this day, man. This is the black man we follow. We go out there and we bid all black people to come in here, man. Not just famous ones, man. And another said, verse 21. So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. So the servant came back and said, Lord, I'm bidding these men to come, and they all don't want to come. All these famous people got something going on, and they're too busy to come to the kingdom of heaven, man. They don't want the kingdom of heaven, man. They're getting riches and gold and money. They got TV deals and football deals and boxing contracts. They didn't want to come to the truth, man. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, "Go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city." And Christ said, "What? Go out there into the streets, man, and the lanes of the city. Who's in the lanes of the city, man? What's the lanes of the city? The lanes are what, the back roads, man. Who's in the lanes, man? What is the lanes? The ghettos, man. On the main road is where you, even to this day, on the main road is where you find all the good shops, man. On the main road on the high street is where you find your KFC, your McDonald's, man. And what do you find in the lanes, man? In the lanes are the shops that can't afford to be on the high street. Little corner shops, man. Where do brothers sell drugs, man? On the main road, no, it's too hot, man. Brothers do it in the dark, on the back roads. If you got a store on the back road, you ain't making no money, man. Your store needs to be on the main. And Christ said, go into them lanes, in the hedges, the bushes. That's where the scum are, man. What you would call scum today. That's what you call scum today, man. Brothers in the lanes, in the bushes, in the highways, not on the front line, man. Not the rich people. And Christ said, go there, man. What's the brother saying? I don't know what brother's talking about, man. I don't know, man. The brother's on some next stuff. But anyway, into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. And Christ commanded us to go to them, the blind, man. Go to that brother that don't have no uni degree. Go to that brother that's been shot before. The one that's gone to jail. The one that ain't got no job. The unemployed brother, man. Go to that sister that got 3-4 kids, man. She made mistakes in the past and has loads of kids, man. No man to watch her, and been a whore before, been a stripper before. Go to them brothers that used to bust gun, man. Christ said, go to them brothers. We're the halt, the maimed, the poor. That's us, man. We are the poor, the blind, the sickly. Meanwhile, everybody else looks down on us, man. You know what I mean? The poor, the maimed, the sickly. They don't get recognized on Black History Month, man. No one talks about that poor brother that who built the NHS, that worked on the underground. People want to talk about Lennox Lewis, man. Why? Because he's one of the greatest British heavyweight champions of all time. People want to talk about Naomi Campbell because she's pretty, man. She got model potential. You want to talk about Richard Blackwood? Why? Because he's done good for himself. He's had a couple albums, and he's what else to do? He's a good actor, and he made it on EastEnders, man. You want to talk about Trevor McDonald? Why? Because he's the best news at 10 of all times, man. That's what they want to talk about, man. When Christ said, "Well, go out there and teach all black people, man. Help all black people, man." The Black History Month was so great. Why don't we talk about the brothers that built the underground, man? Brothers that don't have no name. The brothers that don't have no name, that got no stature in society, who are not famous. It's like the brothers who are not famous, man, that went through oppression and fighting the Teddy Boys, man, fighting the mods, man, fought so that people like Lennox Lewis could have the shot that he got today, man. Why don't you speak about them brothers, man? In this society, the only black man that they can stomach is a rich one. This society hates black people, and the only one that can kind of stomach is rich ones, man. Poor black people don't get no say. When it was poor black people that helped fight, man, so people like Lennox Lewis can have his shot, man. I ain't knocking Lennox Lewis. I'm just saying, man. And that's how it's always been amongst blacks and Hispanics. Same in the time of Christ. The scribes and Pharisees got all the love and all the fame. And meanwhile, brothers in the ends got nothing, man. To the point that when Christ was rolling with, brothers from the ends, they're looking at him like you roll with these, man. Ugh. How are you a man of God, man? You roll with these, man. These men these men can't sit down next to me. These men can't chat to me. You ain't got a range. You can't come in my circles. Ain't no way. I got all silk on my body. You coming to me with them rags. Where you from again? Ugh. You'll never catch me in that neighborhood. You'll never catch me in them ends. And Black History Month is the same way, man. It's supposed to make black people feel proud. How much black people didn't go to uni, man? How much black people is there out there that never told the news in their life, man? And we're supposed to feel proud. Anyway. And the servant said, Lord, it is done, as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come into the field, okay, to come in, that my house be filled. And that's what we do, man. We try to fill God's house with all blacks and Hispanics, man. Not because you're poor or you made mistakes in life, you're a gremlin, you can't come in here, man. You're welcome to come in here, man. You're welcome to come in here, man. This Bible is real black history. In this Bible, talks about men that changed their life, man. Paul was a man that was a sinner, man. And he one of the famous men in the Bible, man. That's real black history. In the black history that the oppressor gives us, only famous black people make it in there, man. In this Bible, any man that comes to Yahushua and changes life, he will get that fame also, man. The Bible's full of many men that was, idolaters and whatever the case may be, that changed their life, and they get that fame. So like, yeah. Black History Month don't listen. How much of us ain't got a criminal record, man? How much of us are not famous? Many of us, man. So basically, we can't get this fame. And that's why we got to read this Bible, man, and get real black history, man. Get real black fame, get real black pride, man. Not just 1 month, man. Important people and events in the history of the African diaspora. And they say we're African. We know we're not African, but that's what they say. It is celebrated in February in the United States and Canada, while in Ireland and the UK, it's observed in October. That's this month today. That's when it's celebrated, man. When you get some real black history, man, where a black man can feel proud of himself, man. You know what I mean? Our black history started with a man called Abraham. The Lord had a promise with a man called Abraham, man. I said he'll make Abraham's seed like the sand of the sea. And that's black people today. Our numbers like the sand of the sea. Even though they kill our young, kill our kids, black on black crime, lock us up, turn our men to homosexuals, turn our women into lesbians, we're still here, man, in numbers, man. Why? Because the Lord blessed us. Any nation that's been killed as much as black people, slaves as much as black people, they push homosexuality on black people. Why? So we can't procreate, man. They tell black men to join their army, man. You know what I mean? Everything they tell us to do somehow makes us die. Everything they push upon us and try and entice us to do somehow makes us die, man. They push black on black crime in their media. Make it fun. It's mad how if you go on Facebook and say something about Jewish people or say something about sexual deviance, they'll block you and put you in Facebook jail, man. Meanwhile, you can, share a song about killing black people and you won't get flagged, man. You won't get a warning. You won't end up in Facebook jail. In fact, you can put NIGGA, man. Type it on Facebook, and you won't get flagged, man. And you say something about Pakistanis or anything. Listen, Facebook got some sort of device, man. That if you even type it in and press enter, it will pop up. Boom. We've noticed that you said racial slurs in one of your posts. No. Meanwhile, listen, you can say nigga all over Facebook, man, and nothing will happen to you. There's someone out there pushing that, man. There's someone out there pushing that. Guess what, black man? It's not. It ain't the Pope. The Pope ain't the one in charge of Facebook. The Pope ain't the one making it easy for you to share Nicki Minaj videos with her squatting all naked. They ain't the Pope, man. Every plan they got for black people is to make it so what we can't procreate, man. So we can't be a big nation. Little Nas, listen, 2 men can't make babies, man. That's why they're pushing Little Nas X, man. A dead man can't make a baby, man. That's why they're pushing through the music, black on black crime, kill, murder. It beats me how murder is a crime in England, but yet you would never know the way how you can share these songs and bump them and nobody would ever block you, man. They would never block you. The police would never come down on you. They would never confiscate your CDs. They would never say, you're not allowed on Facebook. That music is so disgusting and it promotes violence. They would never do such a thing, man. I thought selling drugs was illegal. I thought black on black crime was illegal, man. Everything they push on black people so we can't procreate, man. Drugs is another thing, man. If you're on drugs, you can't make no babies, man. You're too busy ODing, man. You're too busy killing yourself, man. I knew a drug addict one time, and he told me that, listen, he's not even interested in getting a woman. You know what I mean? He said a little bit of crack on him, and he said, listen, this is what I live for, man. I wake up in the morning and I wake up in the morning and my goal is how can I get some of this? That was his goal, man. I don't care about my looks, my appearance. You see the things that the average man thinks about in life. Women, clothing, the kids, school trips, school clothes. This man has none of those concerns, man. His concern is how am I going to get cracked today? And that's what they push upon us. So guess what? The Pope don't do that. The Pope, it ain't the Pope doing that. And everything they push on us is to kill us and make sure we don't procreate, man. And guess what? In despite of all those things, black people are still here in high numbers, man. Still thriving, still big, still loads of us. And you know why? Because the Lord said we will be like the sand of the sea. The Lord prophesied that, man. And the Lord don't tell lies, man. Oh God. Anyway, you know what I mean? We say this little old man still has relics. Listen, there's relics of a temple in British Museum, man. In American museums, the whole world has our relics, man. Relics everywhere. So that means the British is a little horn as well, man. You can go to the Museum of London, man, and you'll see relics in that museum, man. You can go to you go to the Romans took our menorah, man. There's a stele of the Medes and the Persians, man. Where they took some of our stuff, man. In fact, the Babylonians at one time, the Philistines one time took the Ark of the Covenant, man. The Philistines took the Ark of the Covenant, man. At one time, man. I did that little horn as well. Even though we got it back, I did that little horn also. Listen, but the relics of Israelites. In fact, Israelites have been slaves to every single nation. That's why in every single nation you will find our history, man. You'll find our history in every single nation. You'll find about books of the Ethiopians and the Babylon. That's why we have such thing called what they call Paleo Hebrew and the Assyrian, man. The history of our Hebrew in Assyria, not because the Assyrians are the people, but because what? In fact, you want to talk about books and relics. Alexandria, the library called the Library of Alexandria, man. But Alexandria had every single book of ours, man. That's where you get the Septuagint from. Because what written in Greek? Why? Because this man had our records, man. Had our books, man. Listen, many nations have our books, man. We've been conquered. When you get conquered, what happens? People take your relics, man. When you get conquered, people take your history, man. And we've been conquered, not the first time, we conquered it over 70 times, man. And many nations got our records, many nations got our relics, man. You know what I mean? Because the Vatican has some of our records, don't mean anything. All right, cool. The Russian Vatican is in what? Italy. So explain the Russian icons, man. There's Russian icons. They're called Russian icons, not Vatican icons. Russian icons. There's relics and pictures of Black Jesus, of Black Moses. So what are the Russians? The small horn as well. What about the catacombs, man? Found in Russia. You know, those are our relics, man. We get Hawashai in all black, 12 disciples in all black, 12 disciples with afros, man. Shield around it. There's one that there's one picture where the oppressor going in slavery or chained up, and you see the hand of God, which is black, putting them in slavery, man. That's our relics also. And guess who has that? The Russians. So because the Vatican has some of our records, that don't mean anything, man. When you get conquered, your stuff get taken. The Russian icons are in Russia. There's one with what's it called as well? The Greeks also got some, man. The Greeks Orthodox church got it also, man. So that's your point to prove that Vatican is a little horn, and that's terrible, man. That's terrible. You go to many different history, and people got history of the Jews, man. Many that's terrible, man. I can't believe you actually pulled that. That was awful. You know, the Russians are Catholics, but they're not the Vatican. You know what I mean? You can be a Catholic, live in England, man. You can be a Catholic and be anywhere. The point you said was the Vatican has our records, man, which means they're the little horn. You can be a Catholic in England, man. That don't mean anything because the Russians are Catholic. The Russians are not the Vatican, man. Anyway, I don't know. I'm wasting my time. But anyway, that's fine. You want to believe that, then you believe that, man. You know what I mean? Go out there and teach it. Go set up a school. And I won't stop you. I won't speak against you. Do your thing, man. You know what I mean? But that won't be taught in the school, man. Why? Because we know the truth, man. Where was that now? Give me 1 second. Chill out, sir. Guys. Not sir. See the Genesis, I believe it is. Yeah, give me Hosea 1 and 10, for sure, and then from there. Oh, come on, come on.
Right, Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
And the Bible says the number of Israel shall be like the sand of the sea, man. And the sand that imagine counting a handful of sand, you can't do it, man. So how are you gonna count the sand on the sea? It's impossible, man. It's impossible, man. And that's black people. You all the killing and murdering they do, we still just multiply, man. In the book of what Exodus, he said, even though they killed us, we kept multiplying, man. That's us, man. With the sand of the sea. And this what I'm about to read to you real black history, man. I'm gonna show you when black people became a nation. Once upon a time, all we was a family of 70 people. And we went into Egypt because of a famine. And we came out a great mighty nation, man. Give me Exodus 1 on 1. I'm gonna show you some real black history today.
Exodus 1 and 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel.
So Israel was a man called Jacob. That name got changed to Israel, man. Why? Because he had a fight with the angel, man. He wrestled with the angel, and the angel saw that he was on it, man, and changed the name to Prince of Power. And this brother had what 12 sons. Them 12 sons became what tribes, man. 12 families that make up the nation of Israel, man. Keep it in.
Which came into Egypt.
And these brothers came into Egypt. Why? Because it was escaping a famine, man. This is the history that black people need to learn. I'm black history. Yeah, I'm black history month, man. You see how we came into existence, man. You know what I mean? Not the fact that oh yeah, Lennox Lewis was a great boxer, man. Let's teach black people that. Let's teach how Trevor McDonald is a good news at 10. He's the best news at 10 producer in the world. Now this is real history that black people need to learn, man. Our people came into Egypt, fleeing a famine, and we became great in that nation, man. Keep it in.
Every man and his household.
Give me verse 5.
Verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls.
And our father went into Israel, man, with 70 people. 70 souls is me 70 people. A soul is not a puff of smoke. It's not, some sort of, vibe. It just means people, man. Over the years, people say soul means, your spirit. Don't like when people say don't tell a soul, or you know what I mean. Don't, that's what it means. 70 souls, 70 people came out of his loins, man. He had children, they had children, and we was a family of just 70 people. We weren't a big family, man. But like what the Bible says, we'd be as the sand of the sea, and it happened. Over time, we populated, and we became a nation. And the 70 people went into Egypt with Jacob at this time. Keep it in.
For Joseph was in Egypt already, and Joseph died, and all his brethren.
And when Joseph was famous in Egypt, man, famous. And then Joseph passed, he died like you do, as what happens. You get old in age and you die, man. And time goes on and people forget about you. Just like today, man. So today, black people came over here and every slang is black. Every last slang, the dress sense, everything. And over time, people forget it's black. And now in the UK, what do they call it now? The youth culture. They call it the youth. This is youth culture, but it's black culture, man. You see white people saying, yeah, because Wagwan is something the youth say. I don't know what it means, but these kids, it's not, Wagwan is not youth culture, man. It's Jamaican culture, man. How they dress and everything is not youth culture. Everything they say. I heard one that banned the word like bear. Bear is a Jamaican word, man. You don't go, oh man, I got rushed bare times, man. They think it's a youth culture. It's not, man. And likewise with Joseph, Joseph did so much for the country of Egypt, just like how black people did so much for the country of England. And over time, people just forget, man. As usual, people forget the good black people do. And same with Egypt, people forgot how Joseph saved the whole country from a famine. Just like how what people forget how black people saved England after the Nazis destroyed it, man. I want to deport black people. Want to put drugs in our neighborhoods. Want to set the home office on us, man. Keep it in.
And all that generation and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly.
And we was fruitful and increased abundantly, man. Just like today, man. Just like today, we're fruitful. We have many wives, many children, and they tried to put a downplay on it, man. And the oppressor tries to push society. What, two children's enough? Just two kids, man. A girl child and a boy child, man. That's it. A small. The ideal family in America, in England now is what, man, woman, and what, two children, small family. They pushed off like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, my wife and kids. Where it's a small little family, man. But guess what? It's the Lord bless you with a small family. Then Most High in Christ, man. But that's what they push. They push your family should be that small. And if you got more than three, oh my God, look down on you like you're a black man that can't keep it in your pants. You got more than three, look at you like you're a black woman that just can't keep them clothes, man. How much you got? Four. Whoa. Even if you got it with the same man, they look at you like, what? Something's wrong with you, man. I'm not sure. That's too wild. I thought I was getting a bullet with glasses store like Chicago. So like that.
Uh, yeah, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty.
And we waxed exceedingly and mighty, man. We grew and grew and got exceedingly mighty. You got popular and powerful and strong. Just like black people today, man. Black people are strong and grow. And even though we're on the bottom, we're still here thriving. We just know how to survive. We're strong. We dominate the sports, dominate the running, the football. Look at Raheem Sterling and Rashford. We just grow bigger and bigger and dominate stuff, man. Keep it in.
And the land was filled with them.
And the land was filled with us, man. We grew big in Egypt, man. Number one, our great cousin helped save the land. Number two, we grew big and mighty and, famous in the land, man. Keep it in.
Now there arose up a new king.
And there came a new king, man. Over time, a new king came. There's one king that knew Joseph and respected Joseph and saw what Joseph done, man. Once upon a time, there was a people that respected black people and said, okay, black people built the NHS and they did this and they invented that. And over time, a new generation come, man. Preeti Patel came now and don't respect what black people done, man. Boris Johnson come now and don't respect what black people done, man. Don't respect what black want to deport us and call us pickaninnies with watermelon smiles. These are the things that happen, man, in the UK. And it happened back then as well, man. A new king came and he didn't respect the things that black people done, man. He saw us growing and thriving and thought, wow, we gotta keep them down, man. We can't have them growing big, man. We gotta stop them, man. Just like today, you see how cool black people are. Our drill music's growing, our culture's growing, it's nice, and we're just banging in goals with our eyes closed. And Rashford just banging in goals and just just dropping up the midfield and making them look silly. And then Lennox Lewis is uppercutting niggas over the top rope and the whole nine, and we're just rapping and just flavorous. And every minute we got a new style, a new tune, and they don't like that, man. And they say, yo, we got to stop these people, man. And likewise, back then, the same thing, man. The exact same thing, man. They see us with our braids and everything. And once upon a time, they used to call it jungle hair. Nowadays, David Beckham wants braids, man. Nowadays, white women got braids. Listen, who the hell told white women how to cane roll, man? White women got the two cane rolls, man. They got it more than black women now. I thought we was monkeys, man. I thought we had that rough feather. Oh, man. Everything we do, man, we just grow mighty. And when we grow mighty, they hate it, man. Keep reading.
A new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
And this king didn't know Joseph. He wasn't around at that time. He didn't respect him. Keep reading.
And he said unto his people, behold, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
And this king got scared, man. He said, listen, the black people, the blacks and Spaniards, they're more and mightier than us, man. That's the same thing English says today, man. Oh, thanks, bro. Bro, so I see a waste of time subscribing. Oh, good, man. Come on, I'll give my hand, man. That's what you're supposed to do, man. You see when you don't agree with something, unsubscribe, man. You'll never see me on an NF or KKK channel in the chat, man. I unsubscribed because I'm not interested, man. You should have been done that, man. Damn, it took him what?
That's
Took
right.
him an hour and 9 minutes. I would have been done that, man. So lucky, man. You know, maybe right back now with one of my wives wrap up. It's cold as well. Wrap up in the month of October. You know what I mean? Watching Eastern. What time is it? EastEnders come about 8 o'clock. Done now. Watching EastEnders. Not Monday though, 8 o'clock. Would have been wrap up with one of my wives watching EastEnders. You know what I mean? Do. I would have been here debating something I don't believe in, man. I would have been done that, man. It's like it's
Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
and this is what they said, man. Let us deal wisely with them. That's the same thing they do in the UK, man. See, killing us will be too much. So what they do? Let's deport them, man. That we get some of them out. Let's make a scandal called the Windrush scandal, and we say, we can't find your passport. Oh man, you have to deport you. That's dealing wisely with somebody, man. Yeah, well, can't find your passport, then gotta go, man. That's dealing wisely, man. Dealing wisely, they put drugs in neighborhoods here. Come on, they don't. Listen, black men don't own boats and planes. They're poor, just about can pay their rent. But let's say that it's black people bringing in the guns and the drugs and killing themselves, man. Let's put drugs in their neighborhoods. So obviously they'll take drugs. And if they take drugs, they can't look after their children because they're too busy getting high. If they take drugs, remember they're poor, so they can't buy drugs. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna rob people. They're gonna kill people for the money, and then the ends are gonna turn to a big jungle where people can't walk the streets at night, where people gotta jump in a taxi at night time, where people tell their kids this and be home before the street lights get on. All that is dealing wisely with black people, man. All this is not a coincidence. This is black. This is what happened to us in the Bible, man. It's true, man. It happened to this is the history we need to learn so we don't repeat it, man. This is how also we became a nation, how we overcame these things. This is dealing wisely with black people, man. And this is what we got to teach in the UPK because it's important, man. I shouldn't be talking about the Pope or the Ostrigas, man. How is it a black man going to see me teaching black history and teaching black men how to come off coke and drugs, man? And say, stop. I got to speak about the Pope for a second, man. Come on, man. That's how backers we are. That's how destroyed we are as a people, man. Keep it in.
And this is key to let you know that all the problems we have, it's not our fault. Like so many people like to say, as black people, it's your fault. Well, no, people do it wisely.
That's right.
That situation you're in, someone wisely set that situation up.
That's right.
That's something a lot of people don't like.
I like what the other one said, man. Didn't hear on the camera. A lot of people like to blame black people. You gremlins and you and your drugs and you and you and you. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of these things have been set up, man. Been set up and they make the point the finger like we're to blame, man. You don't look at a rape victim and say, look at a rape victim, man. Get yourself together, man. You empathize with them or sympathize with them. I say it's a shame, man. Look at that. They didn't have a good head start in life, man. For some reason with black people, nobody wants to sympathize for us. They can't understand why we sell drugs. Look, it's disgusting, man. Acting like we had opportunity like everybody else. I don't know why he's selling drugs. You know what? He must be a horrible person. Lock him up, man. Put him behind bars, man. Just lock him up because nah, man. You had no father in your life. Why? Because he was too busy selling drugs and got locked up, man. So now you ain't got the things that this man got. Mr. Boarding School over here, you ain't got what he got, man. He ain't got no father at home teaching him right from wrong, playing ball with him. You had to go out there and find your father figure where in the streets, man. This ain't nothing good in the streets. And they act like you were like the no excuse, no. You're the same opportunity as everybody else. No, lock him up, man. Lock him up. No, you don't, man. These people dealt wisely with black people, and that's the reason why we don't know, man. That's the reason why we don't know. Keep reading Slack here.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
And they see that, man. They see that we're gonna multiply with strong. Listen, they see, man, how strong we are, man. Do you know white people hate Raheem Sterling for no reason? For no reason. You think Raheem Sterling done something wrong, man? Even before Raheem Sterling started taking a knee, white people hated him, man. He's a black man trying to play football. That's all, you know. Ain't said nothing wrong. And why? When they see a black man rising in power, getting great, they go, I don't like that. I don't like that. Listen, Raheem Sterling got a tattoo of a gun in his leg, man. Listen, we don't condone tattoos, man. According to the Bible, tattoos are a sin, man. But like what the prophet say, it's your skin, you can do what you want. So if it's your skin, you can do what you want. And why can't the man have a tattoo on his leg, man? His leg? He put it on your leg. He didn't put it on your leg. You know, people. He can't have a tattoo on his leg, but meanwhile, a man can go in another man's rectum, man. And you will make a big tough man put a ring on another tough man, and that's fine. You allow a man to go in a gender neutral bathroom, but with him still didn't cut up a gun on his leg. If guns are so bad, then why do you have the Scott Arms, the Scott Arms pub, man? Why is Arsenal's nickname called the Gunners, man? Why do Arsenal have a cannon as their emblem if guns are so wrong and firearms are so wrong, man? That's because they hate black people. And whenever black people get strong and do so good, you got people like this saying, you got to stop them, man. They're going to get stronger than us. Before you know it, all black men are going to want to play football. All black men are going to start showcasing their skills, man. And there will be no FIFA for us, man. Grealish can't play football. If all the black men in the ends start to believe in themselves, start kicking the ball, what's Grealish going to do? There will be no young Beckham, man. There will be, you know what I mean? There will be no more young Wayne Rooney's, man. And that's the reason why they do it, man. It's like you said.
And another example is in Hawaii, in a neighborhood, one black person moved in. The one in Blanche today, or listen, once one comes in, then other black people are going to know what he is. They're going to be there. They can listen, like, we're going to change our community that we're in.
Yeah, and white people are scared of us. They're petrified. Imagine this: if a black woman goes to the white man, black men are like, okay, it's one black woman coming to the white man. You don't see as much, though. Okay. When a black man goes to a white woman, sorry, when a white woman goes to a black man, they are petrified in their mind. Oh my God, give it 2 couple months, all the women are gonna go. We don't have no women left. You know, it's the petrified. If a black woman wishes to sin to go with a white man, black men like, oh man, she'll sell out, man. You know, we can look at her, whatever. But when a white woman goes to a black man, they are petrified to the point the white man dead. In slavery, they will lynch you. Even after slavery, they will get their lynch mob together and come and kill you. They are petrified. They said, oh my God, if she starts going around and telling the others how good he is, listen, there's gonna be no girls for us. Black men don't think like that. I've never seen a black man say, oh my God, we gotta start this black woman, you know. It's terrible. There's gonna be no woman left. Nah, man. We're confident in ourselves and we know what we got is, you know, worth buying, man. We, you know, the black men out there that have a woman put up with this bullshit for years, man. It don't work, nothing. Don't listen. There's on the couch, the woman go, oh, I can't stand him, but yo, what he got is so good. It's worth the headache, man. A white man could lay on the couch, be kicked out tomorrow, man. Imagine you're broke and you got no wine, man. You get kicked out. You get kicked out tomorrow, man. You gotta have something. I've never seen a black man panic or black men come together and panic, but I've seen white men do it though, and they did it right here in the Bible as well, man. You see black people rise and they panic, they get scared, man. They say, "Oh my God, leave it, give it time, and there'll be no women left." You get all scared and stuff, man. So like I said,
Now, in a scripture breakdown class, General Mohammed, he brought it out that in America, white men were afraid of the black man's masculinity. That's what they were afraid of. That's why the white police officers in the 60s kept on harassing the black men. That's why white men in like gangs were also beat up black men. And then they done their scientific research and it all boiled down to they was afraid of the masculinity of a black man, how you walk, you know what I mean, just how you just just your approach to what you do is so emasculate. It made a white man feel insecure.
I can see it. I can see it, man. What the insecure? Imagine that you're on a cotton field, man. You're swinging an axe and your muscles are showing, abs and everything. You woman, you're a slave, man. You live in the barn. You stink, man. You got big clothes. Slaves had big clothes, man. And this man got the richest, man, the nicest clothes. His woman's looking like, yo, what's that? I want a slave over there that can't feed himself, man. That must knock your confidence, man. Even in slavery, black men are desired, man. Woman wants some of that slave over there. I want some of that poor man that lives in the barn right there, man. That man that don't brush his teeth. And that just pissed them off, man. Just like white women are intimidated by black women, man. Scared of them, man. Petrified. You know what I mean? All talk. If you get a white woman and a black girl together, the white girl's all talking about race and this and that, and you know what she did for her man and blah blah blah. Really, they're petrified, man. They're intimidated by you, man. A black man just living his life, just walking, bopping, and the police are pulling you over. You're like, I'm just walking, but his mind, look at this cool thing, just bopping, man. I'm gonna stop and harass him and let me ruin his day today, because he's ruined mine. By seeing him bop, he's ruined mine. I got to put an end to this. Oh, so lucky, man. That's time anyway. When announce them prayers, lucky one.
Yeah.
My brief somewhere.
Class first and foremost, lift the officer of hand.
No sweat.